Next up on the program, as everybody at strings is leaving the stage, junior orchestra will be coming on. Junior orchestra is led by Mr. Gene Harris. Mr. Harris also was a student at HSMA, and then as he got older, he became a conductor, and he actually met his wife at HSMA. Or, I'm not sure that's true. Oh, they did, yeah. They used to play together in orchestra, so. And then he has kids now, and they're in the bar as well, so. Another legacy member here. The junior orchestra is made up of students who have been playing instruments anywhere from about 3 to 5 years, typically. And it is a string-only orchestra, but you're going to have the pleasure of hearing them combined with the concert band later to make a symphony orchestra. So I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. One of the things that makes HSMA unique, obviously we are a homeschool group. So many different reasons that we homeschool, but we're all homeschoolers. And the reason that we exist is so that we can provide an ensemble experience for the students. Anybody can pick up an instrument at home and can take private lessons and learn how to play, but it's hard to play with others if there aren't any others around. That's what we're doing, providing an ensemble experience for the kids. We have a few more things coming up this week. If you're interested, you can come to Covenant Life Community Church this Saturday at 4 o'clock. There will be a YAC Honors Orchestra playing there. Many of the students in that from HSMA. Some are from other homeschool organizations around the state. And then this coming Monday, the 20th, the 19th, Monday the 19th, at 7 o'clock at Covenant Life Community Church, we will have our spring concert for our symphony orchestra and our chancel choir. So I encourage you to come to that. Also, if you look at your program, we have several different organizations that have done advertisements here, so I encourage you to look at those and see if it's something to help you out. I know some friends of mine who have needed different services, and they looked through the HSMA program and found somebody that did a good job. In the very middle of the program, there is a QR code here for that note. At the end of the program, if you'd like to donate something, you may. We will take cash or checks in the doors, not your plate. Or you can scan the QR code if you prefer to just do that online. So without any further ado, please welcome Mr. Gene Harris and the Junior Orchestra.
Thanks for coming and listening to us today. Hey, there we go. Music is a fascinating thing to look into and to study, like the physics of it, how our ears work, how we perceive sound. It's well worth, if anyone likes to get nerdy with physics, it's well worth checking into what exactly is going on when we listen to music and how our ears work. And what you basically find out is that your ear is a precision sensor that can make calculations thousands of times a second without you even knowing it. And then on top of that, it is also an instrument that can compare and read these different wavelengths thousands of times a second, and it can tell the difference between minute differences in those. All of this is on a subconscious level, and you don't even know it. But it's really a fascinating thing to kind of look into how that works, so I'd encourage you to check that out sometime. But in the end, none of you came here tonight to exercise your precision sensor, listening. There's another almost completely different world to music, and that is the art of music. And it's kind of fascinating that these two things can go together in the way that they do. But in the following piece that we're going to play for you, Elementa, it's got 3 different movements, and see if in the middle of the first movement somewhere you don't feel like you could just imagine you're flying with the birds in the sky. And then see if in the second movement there isn't a moment where you feel like you might be underground in a cavern with the stalagmites, around you, and crystals and all this thing. It's a fascinating thing to think about how physics of music works, and then how the art of music gets us to think about and understand different things as we listen to it. So, hope you guys get to experience some of that as we share.
thank you, Junior Orchestra. We'll be seeing them again in a little bit when they combine with the concert band.